Okay, I will entertain a motion for approval of minutes of the last meeting.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. We are down to visitors communications, and first we have some new police officers for badge fitting tonight. So Chief, take it away.
Thank you, Mayor. You guys can put them on, please. Good evening. Thank you for letting us go first. Tonight, it is my pleasure to introduce our two newest police officers, Alex Hall and Greg. Kyle Lappin, been hired as of yesterday. Alex comes to us with 6 years of experience in the world of policing. We started with Hazard PD, and then moved on to Nicholasville, and now he's going to come home to us here in Fort Thomas. Kyle Lappin has 4 years on the job, Lexington PD.
Excuse me, Chief, we need police officers.
Okay.
Somebody has crashed the party. Oh my goodness. My apologies. Go ahead. I think we're okay.
Tyler comes to us from the Lexington PD with 4 years of experience. Both men have a lot of training, a lot of experience. Both did very well in our selection process and very well in the interview. We're happy to hire them both. And both Alex and Tyler were selected by their previous employers to serve on the emergency response units, which is a very prestigious job to have in this employer. So, Alex, all the time. Tyler will be badge number 4459, and Alex will be badge number 4448. Alex was working this morning, so he got hit. So Alex gets his tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate the opportunity.
Well, welcome to Fort Thomas, guys. Appreciate it very much. Thanks. And thanks to the rest of the guys back there. Thank you for their service to the city. Appreciate it.
Appreciate on the public safety committee for doing all these interviews. It's been a busy year for us. We snagged 2 good guys this time.
Yeah, we sure. That's great. Awesome. Thank you all very much. All right. Next we have Julie Kirkpatrick from
Mayor, I'm just going to go real quick.
Oh, go right ahead. And you can. Rich stole Fort Thomas, December 5th, 3 to 6, the Central Arts District, and 6 to 6:30 at Inverness. Oh, it's the hunting walk. I get it. Okay, great. Great pictures with Santa, all kinds of neat stuff. So the Christmas walk is a little different this year. It's starting at 3 o'clock, and it goes to 6 o'clock. And then we will light the tree. I get to light the tree, oh boy, at 6 o'clock. Yeah, Inverness. Is that right? Did I get it right? Awesome. Thank you. The Grinch didn't steal Christmas, he stole my gavel.
Well, I don't know how to follow that. I just wanted to invite you guys to the next FTBA meeting. That would be next Tuesday, the 23rd. The agenda is not going to be as robust as it was last month. And thank you, Mayor Haas and City Administrator Hill. We had a great turnout. I think about 60 folks came. Really good program. So the next one is going to be our elections. As we transition, we're trying to rekindle, reframe the purpose of FTBA, and I think the new leadership here intact is we're building a really great foundation. So really happy for that. So I hope that you guys can join us on the 23rd.
What time is that?
Thank you. It will be at launch at 20 North Grand. It will start at 5 p.m. The programming is not going to be, like I said, very robust. We will probably have about 20 to 30 minutes of business to conduct, but just networking, and we'd love to have you guys there. Thanks very much.
That's at lunch at 5 o'clock.
Not lunch.
Launch.
Launch.
Launch. I thought you said lunch.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Launch 20 North Grand, 5 o'clock next Tuesday.
Wonder you confused me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. evening. Hello, I am Julie Kirkpatrick. I am the president and CEO of Meet NKY. If anyone doesn't know what Meet NKY is, that is our 3-county tourism organization for Boone, Campbell, Kenton County. Tonight I am here representing my good friend Brent Cooper, who is the president of the Northern Kentucky Chamber, as well as Lee Groom, who is the president of Northern Kentucky Triad. That's a tri-economic organization, and we are talking a little bit and giving an update of where we are. So if you want to go ahead to slides, probably. We have spent a lot of time during COVID. Actually, the only thing we were rich in COVID was time. And we spent a lot of time between our 3 growth organizations working on how we could align our missions. The mission of Northern Kentucky CVB, that's Meet NKY, is to make an economic impact on Northern Kentucky by bringing in visitors that leave behind money and build a better quality of life for all Northern Kentuckians. The Chamber, Triad, and ourselves are all aligned on workforce right now. Workforce is an issue. It is an issue across the region. It is one that is not going to go away easily. We're going to talk a little bit about that as we get deeper into the deck. Health, obviously, throughout the entire pandemic, good health is good business. We have been working with all of our businesses, visitor industry, to make sure that we're making health a focus. Transportation is obviously a big advocacy mission across all 3 of our organizations. You can't visit Northern Kentucky if you can't get to Northern Kentucky. So we're very interested in everything that's going on with transportation. And then obviously is aligning our message across the region on advocacy. So if you go to the next slide, Brent wanted me to update you on some of the initiatives on the Northern Kentucky Chamber. Obviously, their leadership development, their women's initiative continues to grow. They just hired a new vice president of public affairs. That is Tammy Wilson. She has started. Grow NKY is our regional workforce initiative sponsored in the Chamber, and it is continuing to do amazing things. 2 things that Brent wanted me to make sure that you know and put on your calendar is obviously November the 30th. Is the Where We Stand event. That is the update on the entire Northern Kentucky destination. And then the annual dinner is on Thursday, December the 16th. The motto or theme this year is raising our spirits. Boy, haven't we been through a whole lot over the last 20 months. Let's take a chance to celebrate, and that is at the Northern Kentucky Convention Center. And then if you go to the next slide, I can update a little bit about what's going on in Meet NKY. We are working on a destination assessment and strategic plan right now. I kind of look at Northern Kentucky as an amusement park. And if it is an amusement park, what is the next ride that we need to be planning for? Where's our development focus need to be? We've also worked very closely with our good friends at the Bourbon Review this year. Do you all know that Fort Thomas has one of the best bourbon bars in America? Here in Fort Thomas at Midway Cafe. There are 11 of the best bourbon bars in Northern Kentucky, and I'm really excited this year that Midway Cafe joined that list. It's phenomenal. And our Beeline initiative that we work on are bringing in new visitors every day. And then finally, I think the thing that I'm most excited about right now is we are working on an EDA grant process with South Bay partners to fully make the Riverfront Commons come to reality. I think the city has actually put in some information on this. So I'm very hopeful that we will receive money that was set aside as part of the American Recovery Plan for tourism industry organizations to submit recreation grants. So that would be great for Fort Thomas, it would be great for Silver Grove, it would be great for Bellevue, all of our river cities to get riverfront commons. Really good. And then you can go forward, and then keep going, because you put in like way too many slides. Keep going. Okay. So Triad, what Triad is really focused on right now is in a four-pronged approach on how they build and expand Northern Kentucky. Part of their goals are obviously to develop a data-informed community, leveraging Northern Kentucky University and all of the good work that Jana Hara is doing in KU, activate the Northern Kentucky Port Authority. We have a lot of opportunity in Northern Kentucky. We don't have a whole lot of what we call site-ready land. We've got sewer issues, we've got water issues, and a very activated Port Authority could make a lot more land site ready, which would help Triad fulfill their mission. Again, customized workforce solutions, taking a look at the industries that are most in demand today, but what are the industries that are going to be most in demand in 20 years and generate the jobs, and have a plan to get there. And then always Triad is focused on targeted business growth. If you want to go ahead, since you may not want to know or would like to know, Lee dropped in about 27 slides on the census that I want to talk to you a little bit about. Basically, this is the census data that just was released. My summation on this is blue is good, brown is bad. The bluer you are, the more you are growing. If you want to go ahead and go forward. As you can see from the MSA, Cincinnati is on a growth trajectory, but it is not on as aggressive a growth trajectory as Nashville, Columbus, and going forward. You can also see their projected growths as you get out to 2050. Columbus tops 3 million, Nashville tops 2.7, Cincinnati MSA still hovers around 2.26. Keep going. Again, there's more data about what's inside of each state, diversity initiatives, absolutely keep going. The one thing I want to point out here, median age to our comparable cities. Lee recently told me, a stat, that by 2050, the majority of our workforce will be aged out in this region. The thing that's important to know about this is that we have to keep talent here. We have to keep talent that is graduating from high school and college, keep them in Northern Kentucky, and we have to be aggressive in influencing people to move here. Otherwise, we are going to age out and not show population growth. You can keep going. I don't even know why. So to sum it up on the census, population growth is slowing, population is getting older. Without population growth, that's an influx of people moving here. Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky won't be able to keep up with other markets. That hurts us when we're trying to bring in jobs. That hurts us when we're trying to grow businesses. I'm sure everybody knows the Amazon's trying to hire 2,000 people right now. I'm not quite sure they're going to find those 2,000 people. But everything that we do at MediaQI is about building sense of place. And we have a saying that if you build somewhere where someone wants to visit, they may move there, they may invest there, and they will thrive there. So that's why all three of our organizations are working together. And I thank you so much for allowing me a couple of minutes. That Grinch thing scared me to death. Don't know what that was all about. I was like, this must be Fort Thomas fun. All right, cool. But I'm so thankful to have Fort Thomas. I have family that lives here. I actually did live here until I met a guy from Burlington, and we compromised on Canton County. I'm always thrilled to come back and see my brother. He lives over on London Avenue. If I can answer any questions for you, please let me know.
I was wondering if you just send that to us by any chance?
Absolutely. Yes, I will. Ron's got it covered. You can go deep dive on the census, and if you want any other census information, Lee Prim would be happy to send you. Yeah, if you have trouble with Thank you so much. Have a wonderful holiday next week, and thank you for your service.
All right. Would anybody else like to address council? Okay, we are moving along to reports of officers. Fire department.
Thank you, Mayor. So the only thing I'll add to my report is officially tomorrow we will be back in the We've moved some several stuff today, some of the beds and so forth, and getting ready to finish up the move tomorrow. So we'll be back at 1:30 North Thomas Avenue by noon tomorrow.
Did you get the space heaters in?
I haven't bought space heaters yet, but we're working on it.
Okay. All right. Good. Any questions for the chief?
You gonna shave after November?
Yes, sir.
Give me a request that you don't. We make it so. Just keep it going. Move for Steve.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Thank you.
Yeah, real quickly, do I need to do anything since I came late? So I'm just forward to Is that? I went on.
I'll just put it there.
Police Department report.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have a couple of things to highlight from the report. I just wanted to thank you to add. October was our biannual DEA drug take-back. We received 136.5 pounds of medication. It's quite a bit considering we do it twice a year, so it's nice to have all those medications disposed of correctly. We're happy to do that. Also, we've had a couple of officers back in our schools teaching various things to our little ones. SROs that were over was able to teach Halloween safety right before Halloween to 3 different preschool classes, so it's nice to be able to provide that service again. And last, I just want to thank Chief Inman and Lieutenant Scherpenberg. They provided first aid, CPR, and AED recertification to all of our police officers, so it's nice that we're all recertified and good for 2 years. So thank you, Chief.
Good.
I do have a question. Just quickly, vehicle license violations. I just briefly read this, I was just writing over here, 23 to 8. Is that you're talking about licenses that aren't registered in Campbell County or Kentucky that are parked here a lot? Is that what that is?
Anything license related, it could be suspended driver's license, it could be expired registrations, it could be out of state permits that aren't licensed or there's a handful of cases.
I was very surprised when I got here how many people seriously hate license in town. I mean, I think they think the money, obviously, it's for valid reasons, right? They think the money isn't coming here like it should. They're skating the system a little bit when they go to Ohio to save money or where we're registered.
It's sort of right by Ohio, and Ohio registers for us a lot. It's way cheaper to register here than property tax. It is expensive, but my understanding is most of that money goes to those public education.
Any other questions for the chief? Your motion, Bob? All those in favor, please say aye. The administrator's report.
Okay, I just have a few updates, so I'll go through these pretty quickly. The DORA ordinance, we did receive our licensing through AAC State. So Chanda is working on an event where we can kind of roll it out with business owners. We've met with all of them individually in Midway, and they're excited about the opportunity. So we're moving forward with our signage and the cups and the rules and all those things that will allow that to happen. Not necessarily the best time of year for it, but it will occur. The Tower Park playground equipment is in and being used. If you've been through here, they are using it, they found it. It's on Facebook, they know what's coming. In fact, we came out of being here. The protocol is they work as far down the line and those kids run on the backstop to get to the one down here. I actually stopped at the one over at Shelter 3 and talked to some of the parents there. He got some reaction from me, the things that we could do that would help them. So bike racks and some more benches with the call today, but the equipment was being used. They were chasing scooters around the perimeter and climbing all over it, so it's pretty cool to see.
Two things real quick on that topic.
Sure.
Did the swing get lowered as the one citizen request or raised?
They wanted to raise it. We've had some conversations with the supplier and Human Nature Center person that's certified. So the heights have to be a certain point. It's very aggressive.
And then, incidentally, last week my sister has her little grandbaby, and she wanted me to be here, which I did. The tower that just made the original one and in Mount Park. She's right. Then equipment has rusted, stuff sticking out. It's tired. I didn't know, when it is on the radar to be refreshed.
Talking about the main playground.
Yeah, the main playground here and the one that's going to be coming out of Park on the right, it's worn out. Most of the equipment there is literally.
Just to follow that conversation, we have initiated some discussion about a plan to do replacement here. A couple of things. One is just the hall play accessibility is still an issue that we would like to address. The surface, although it's expensive, it over time pays for itself compared to the maintenance issue and the drainage issue that the company we've had third, that equipment does have a lifespan. And it gets really difficult to maintain that equipment because they're constantly designing different types of equipment. They don't service it, they don't make parts for it. And the rules are very strict about all the safety factors that have to be in place. And if you can't replace them with light parts, you can't accomplish that. So, yes, they're both under discussion.
There's like a plastic coating which is supposed to be worn off and it's rusted out. Thank you.
So we're excited to have those on board. The last item in shelter 3 is the paving, which should be done this week or next week. That will be the last piece. The fencing will go in right behind at the end of the play areas for the volleyball courts and the basketball court after the surfacing is in. So those are scheduled, should be done shortly. The 2020 and 2021 street program, we have the Public Works Committee, public inspection for this Thursday. The 18th. At 4:30 we'll begin touring the streets, doing inspection with the contractor, and taking any inquiries from residents at that time. So that is this Thursday at 4:30. Updated the city building. I want to give kudos to the chief over here for following so closely with the construction. He had no idea when he got hired he was going to be a construction manager too, but he is. He's been great about staying on top of it to make sure that there's a smooth transition. And I know the police department equally has been kind of put out a little bit. Tough project. They're getting in tomorrow, as he indicated. We're excited for that. It's ready for them. It's probably not as exciting as when the whole thing is done because the addition will give them additional space, including the chief's office, who will still be with us part of the day, because his office will stay up here. But we're excited about the progress. They're on schedule still. We've been to the site and we all were there last month, but a lot is progressing quickly right now, beating the clock. The addition is going under roof. They're putting paving down. We're going to start Main Street on the addition on the 22nd. So things are progressing nicely. It'd be nice to have the trucks inside, and that was kind of the main thing. But our folks will be brought back home as well, so that's good. As far as personnel, you saw that we put 2 new police officers on the force a few minutes ago. We also have 2 general services workers, which is a little unusual in that group to have that many unfortunate circumstances, but I guess the theme there is if your name is Tyler, you can bring it. And Fort Thomas is 3 of the 4 hired are in Tyler. So, I don't know where the 4th one went, but he didn't get it. So, just a couple of, you saw our Grinch have a little bit of fun in the city. The Grinch is making his way around, so beware. He can show up anywhere. We do have a city holiday party scheduled here on the 4th, and then the holiday walk is on the 5th, and the Grinch week, we're taking those festivities. And if you haven't heard, he is stealing items as he goes through town, and they will be auctioned as part of the festivities, and the funds will go to nonprofits and full homes. It'll be the Village Players, the Fort Thomas Education Foundation, and the Kids Service, all benefit from his thefts. So, if you want to order in the city, you'll have to buy it. The BB&T restaurant is moving forward. They have an application pending for our planning and zoning. They're scheduled to have a revised development plan in the December meeting. A couple of other items. The chief referenced the CPR AED. I think all of our personnel now, our administrative personnel, also took part in that. Eric did a great job. Eric Kirkpatrick did the program, and he told me afterwards he was so impressed with our administrative group with how attentive they were and how anxious they were to be a part of it. So all of our personnel are now, we did general services as well, so all of our personnel have been trained with CPR and AED and updated if they haven't previously. A couple other things, the Halloween jack-o'-lantern walk was a great success. It was a rainy night, but it was awesome. If anybody didn't get to be there, then you can see it online on our Facebook page and so forth. But we were able to spread it out a little bit, make it accessible, and change it up a little bit. And we had a very good response to the way it was presented. Likewise, our Veterans Day, opportunity to recognize our veterans in our community is always a great event. It took place last Saturday, one Saturday. And that's always a great event. And kudos to all volunteers. Chandler leads kind of that effort of our recreation department with the Halloween portion of it. And then there's a lot of volunteers who do Veterans Day. So it doesn't happen by accident, but we appreciate all of our volunteers. I mentioned the finance or the Public Works Committee. I need to also schedule in the next probably 2 or 3 weeks. So we'll be reaching out to the council. We need to have a finance committee meeting where we'll have first conversation on ARPA funds, building and utilities committee with a couple of topic areas and updating, and then the Public Works Committee for planning our street program for next year, which we are adjusting forward to get better bid environment. We're going to move all that forward basically about 2 months. So we'll be asking all of you. And the last thing I have is we had a meeting today, and we are working with the City of Southgate, the county, the Highway Department, with some of the activity and development of the hills and how it traffic impacts loss of land. We have residents that are on loss of land for access. As of Southgate, it's actually technically a county road. We're asking county why. And of course, it all delivers onto US 27. So we're trying to work cooperatively on some of the issues that we do. We'll keep you informed in the public works so we can hear more details.
This related to the planning for the new development in the area. Is it, I mean, what?
Well, there's a couple of things. One is the access from 27 is going to be, it appears to be that it's going to be right turn in and right turn out only, which puts the main entry onto Blossom Lane, which is some of the use of Blossom Lane. So it'll require a turn lane with the intersection, different signalization, and then there's an effort to do a road diet in that section of 27, like in the south of our intersection of Woodfield, and is going to be through Southgate as part of some project that they manage that. So road diet is part of that.
I'd like to make a request that the funds that we have a meeting for the funds that should be school should be. Yes.
Well, I think it's just first discussion, just sharing information, everybody's all.
Yeah. I think it, how much money is that?
Well, it's $4 million. It's typically what we discuss. Anyway. We're not making any decisions.
Yeah, that's quite a bit. Yeah, I understand. Just want to make sure. I believe everybody should be there for that meeting.
Yeah, is the deadline still April 30th as far as you know?
Well, for first,
saying, like,
yeah, but there's
yeah.
there's a lot of time to
Yeah.
designate your use. So really, it's his first conversation.
Right.
Some of the methods that we would use to recover those funds, for example, lost revenue part, Joe, we have an update in how that way for the budget. We have other requests for use of the funds. So it'll really just be itemizing how, and then it'll be reported to council. I don't think I had anything else. If anybody else had any questions?
Move right into new business. We did have a whole license committee.
We did, yeah, we had a request from a resident requesting an easement across the property that the city owns. When we discussed in committee, we believe that there's a really good chance